Welcome to Dataless You. I'm Paul, coming to you from Brooklyn. This video is a sort of postscript to the talk on Tolstoy, the spiritual anarchist, in which I discuss Tolstoy's conversion late in life to a kind of practical religion or a Christian humanism. So you might go back and watch that video first for sort of a greater understanding of what I'm about to read here. But in short, Leo Tolstoy in the 1870s had a deep spiritual crisis after achieving so much fame for his writings and great wealth. And of course, he was an aristocrat living on an estate in Russia, living the good life, so to speak. And he had an utter breakdown and suffered from melancholia and what we might call depression or an existential crisis, and seriously considered suicide. And then found God and had a beautiful conversion and devoted the rest of his life to expounding his views on Christian humanism and on what he called a practical religion, bringing bliss here on this earth. And so I just wanted to, as an addendum to the last video, read his account of the dream that he had when he finished writing a confession. And so I'm just going to read these 2 pages, and that's all. The other day, while I was rereading this printed section and returning to the train of thoughts and feelings that were inside me when I was experiencing all this, I had a dream. This dream expressed for me in condensed form all that I had lived through and described. Therefore, I think that for those who have understood me, a description of the dream will refresh, clarify, and unify all that has been related at such length in these pages. Here is the dream. I see that I am lying on a bed. I am neither comfortable nor uncomfortable. I am lying on my back. But I start to think about whether or not I am comfortable, and it seems to me that my legs are a bit awkward, and I do not know whether it is that they are too short or that they are uneven. I shift my legs, and at the same time I begin to think about the way I am lying and what I am lying on, things which had not entered my head until now. And looking at my bed, I see that I am lying on some plated rope supports that are attached to the sides of the bed. My feet are resting on one of the supports, my calves on another, and my legs are uncomfortable. I somehow know that these supports can be moved. Moving one of my legs, I push away the furthest support beneath my feet. I presume that this will be better. But I have pushed it too far and want to rescue it with my legs, and this movement causes yet another support beneath my calves to fall off, and my calves are left dangling. I move my whole body in order to adjust my position, and am quite certain that this will settle the matter. But with this movement, still more of the supports slip and move away beneath me, and I can see that things are getting worse. The whole lower part of my body is slipping and hanging down, and my feet do not reach the ground. I am only supported on the upper half of my back, and I start to feel not just uncomfortable, but terrified of something. Only at this point do I ask myself the thing that has not yet entered my head. I ask myself, where am I, and what am I lying on? I begin looking around, and before anywhere else I look beneath me, where my body is dangling in the direction where I feel I am bound to fall very soon. I look below, and I cannot believe my eyes. I am at a height not just of, say, an extremely tall tower or mountain, but I am at a height such as I could never have imagined. I cannot even discern whether I can see anything there below in the bottomless abyss over which I am hanging and into which I am being drawn. My heart contracts and I feel terrified. It is dreadful to look down there. I feel that if I look down, I will immediately slip from the last support and perish. I do not look, but not looking is still worse because I'm thinking about what is going to happen to me when I slip from the last support. And I feel that I am losing my last bit of strength through terror, and that my back is slowly slipping lower and lower. Another moment, and I will fall off. And then I have a thought. Perhaps it is not real. It is a dream. I will wake up. I try to wake up and cannot. What can I do? What can I do, I ask myself, looking upwards. Above, there is also an abyss. I look into this abyss of sky and try to forget about the abyss below, and I do in fact forget it. The infinity below repels and frightens me. The infinity above attracts and reassures me. Thus I am hanging over the abyss, held up by the last of the supports that has not yet slipped out from under me. I know that I am dangling, but I only look upwards, and my fear passes away. As happens in a dream, a voice says, "Take note of this. This is it." I look further and further into the infinity above me and feel myself growing calmer. I remember everything that has happened and how it happened, how I shifted the position of my legs, how I was dangling there, how terrified I felt, and how I was saved from my terror by looking upwards. And I ask myself, am I not still dangling there? And I do not look around so much as feel with my whole body the edge of the support by which I am held up. I see that I am no longer dangling or falling, but am firmly supported. I ask myself how I am being supported. I grope about, look around, and see that beneath me, under the middle of my body, there is a single support, and when I look up, I am lying on it in a position of secure balance, and that it alone gave me support before. And then, as happens in dreams, the mechanism by which I am supported seems to me to be a very natural, comprehensible, and sure thing. Although when awake it makes no sense at all. I am even surprised in my sleep that I had not understood this before. It appears that there is a pillar at my head, and the solidity of this slender pillar is beyond doubt, although there is nothing for it to stand on. A rope is hanging very ingeniously, yet simply from the pillar, and if one lies with the middle of one's body on the rope and looks up, there can be no question of falling. This was all clear to me, and I was glad and tranquil. It was as if someone were saying to me, "See that you remember." And I woke up. From Leo Tolstoy's A Confession. Thank you for listening.